Yeah, I'll try doing that. Oscar, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry about this thing is gonna keep on crashing because I have apparently a POS type video card or driver, but you know, welcome to NVIDIA drivers again, part two. Alright, so let me see if that mountain got imported. So let's go to static geometry. Yeah, so if you'll see that the stream is cutting off again, it's because of some issues that I'm having with the drivers or whatever. OBS is kind of crappy as well. So let's import this thing, and it's in natural mountains, stream mountain. Oh, where was it? Come on. It was in actually. It should be right in here, but objects, natural mountains. Okay, terrific. So that got imported. Um, let's generate this material. Alright, we'll see if it actually works out. And let's save our mesh. And let's bring. Yeah, so as you might have noticed, it crashed again. Thank you so much, engineers of 2016. Alright, so let's look for natural mountains. And there's our mountain here, which is really tiny, right? But it was only 20 by 20. So let's make this a little bigger, like so. Well, maybe it's a little kind of big right now. Yeah, so one thing that I don't like already is it looks terrible. So let me see what's up with, let me try exporting it with CryBlend, because I know that one's reliable. I mean, I don't know why it didn't like it the first time. Yeah, that's a little frustrating. Maybe now it looks, now this one seems to be looking okay, look, with the white color that it defaults to. Well, so let's hope for the best. Let's do do material for this. So let's open up material editor. Yeah, so as you can see, this one's all white. And what I was thinking of using is just the same monolith rock texture that I've used before. In order to do that, let's just go and grab one of these guys that I did yesterday. So let's open up, let's grab the material of it, copy this, and then paste it onto this guy. Hey, that looks pretty dang nice, but I mean uh, the detail map is not what we have. So let's export this out. So save this out as let's go to wherever our thing is. So what I usually do is just reveal this in Explorer, and it seems to be a little faster. Alright, so let's go back to our mountain. So right here, this is going to be our detail. And let's call this a CryTiff mountain detail, and save this out. Alright, so let's just select the proper one here that we need and hit OK. So let's go back into CryEngine here and apply that that proper detail map. So let's see, we have it in mountains and mountain detail. So that's going to hopefully compile. The fans are going crazy in my computer case right now. And there we have it, our detail map. And I think that looks pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Of course, this right now you can you know, tweak down a little bit as far as that what do you call it? The bump scale of it. So if you look at it here, we can just, you know, bring this, you know, either down or, you know, bring it up, and, you know, make it a little, that's too exaggerated. So I think where it was before, value of between 2 and 3 seems to be, or 2 and 3.5 seems to be pretty fitting. Okay, this texture, what it did have was the blending was with the moss. So you can still have that. I mean, it still looks decent here and there. But whoops. But what you can do is change that to some snow, and I think there's some textures of snow somewhere around here. I'm trying to remember where they might be. Maybe in textures, terrain, snow. We'll see how that looks. So there's the snow, And the nice thing about it is that this snow also has some displacement. So if we let's do that so it's all, we can find it easy. There's the normal, and let's get the height map. The one thing I'm afraid of is, I think like right now I'm using 5.2.3, and I think there was a problem with combining the two. Yeah, and it used to just crash the engine. So um, I'll try and add it, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. So now we have those in there. What I'm gonna try and do is, first of all, let's bring up the tiling a little bit more. Right now these are on some pretty small things, and again this is just a 1K texture. So if we bring up the tiling of this, bring it up to maybe, let's do 8. So 8 for that, and you got to match that in your detail, because if you see, it's not placed properly. Oh, no freaking way, you turd. Okay, CryEngine decided to crash. Okay, just crash already. I know you're pretty good at doing that. Alright, finally it crashed. Yay! Alright, so let's open this out. Acid Zoo. We'll see if it actually saved anything. Oh, there you go. It did. That's good. Yeah, I don't know what's up with, it's just CryEngine, I guess. So let's go back into our material editor and finish editing the tiling for the detail map. Okay, so let's select our mountain, and let's see. I think I might have. I haven't tested it yet. I was actually planning on doing that today, but yeah, I'll definitely try it out. I mean, with the whole thing that's going on at Crytek right now, just the uncertainty is pretty big. So we'll see what happens in the next few months. Hopefully they'll get to be stable again. But yeah, I mean, it's always good to have an option. Okay, so I was talking about the tiling. We have the diffuse tiled 8 times, so our detail would have to be tiled 1 divided by 8, so that's going to be 0.125, 125, and then 0.125. So there you go. I think that looks pretty nice. So the one thing that is left to do, well, first of all, let me just turn on volumetric fog, because the fog is looking terrible like so. Just going to move this to the side. Okay. So what we were thinking of doing is, and we'll see if this works for, I'm not sure if it's going to work for our, what do you call it? If it's going to work for FBX, I'm not sure how that will be done. Hopefully Oscar, if you're there, I'll rely on you for this. Okay, so what I was thinking of doing is doing a vertex paint, and not weight paint, sorry, vertex paint. Alright, so let's go into wireframe, and we'll paint everything, we'll leave everything as, actually we just want to leave the top as white where the snow might be. So let's paint everything in black. Like around the base. You know, so I haven't done a lot of uh, painting with this, so I don't really know what brushes or options you have. But I'm guessing what you could do also is just you know, do, you know, kind of a little bit of this, you know, so just give it a little bit of variety. And there's also going to be that blend map that's gonna help out. So I'm entirely not sure how the snow accumulates on the mountaintops, but this is kind of what I envision. Okay, so now we have our vertex paint. Let's go into object mode, and let's just make sure, you know, we'll call this alpha. I don't really know how the FBX importer is going to deal with vertex, so we'll see. Let's export this as FBX. Okay, there are very few options in there. So let's export this again. And let's go back into our thing here. Get the tools. We need the FBX import and static geometry. And let's see, I think what we need to do is open our existing CGF file, and that's under natural mountains. It's this one. Let's open this one up. What? I'm kind of wondering if our CryBlend export actually worked. That was kind of weird. So let me just move this stuff to the side here, and try and do another export. I guess our CryBlend export worked, so I don't know why it was giving me that error. Because there we go, now we have the snow applied to the tops of this, and we can go in and tweak that a little bit in our, you know, blending options, you know, just to make it maybe a little bit more intense, or, you know, give it a little bit more contrast. So there we go. We have ourselves a mountain. And if we were to, let's see, what I haven't done is in my level settings I haven't updated the geometry. And let's see, where was that? Level editor, level settings. So let's just update geometry here real quick. Alright, I'm sorry, I think it just crashed again. Man, can you just do like half an hour of streaming on this thing without even crashing? I don't even know what's happening. It's a combination because every time I put in, I do CryEngine. I think it's something related with the shaders that is trying to compile them somewhere else. I don't even know. It's frustrating. So that's why, you know, at some point I'm definitely going to give Lumberyard a look because it's just basically CryEngine, and we'll see how that is. Okay, so there's our mountain as promised. um, yeah, exactly. I think that's definitely one of the problems. But Oscar, I'm not sure. Is that the how do you do that? What's the command for that? Oh, okay, okay, good idea. All right, so there's one mountain, and again, this is, you know, pretty darn low poly, and yeah, I think it'd be pretty tough to get this kind of detail out of the terrain. Ah, okay, cool, cool, cool. Thank you, Oscar. I'll just make a copy of this. All right, thank you. All right, so there we go. I think this is what I was planning on accomplishing today. Is you know, something that looks like mountains, and I mean bringing these together. You know, two of these, and you know, doing some rotating, maybe a little bit of scaling. You know, scaling up, scaling down. Will definitely help with you know, giving a little bit more variety. So, like I said, or like I was saying before, you know, there's the two options that you might have. You know, it'll be you'll be with this, right? This will be one option. And then the other one is, and this is one of the results here, is exporting the textures from Substance Painter. And while it doesn't look too bad, um, if if you're gonna have maybe 2 or 3 different mountains, you're gonna get 2 or 3 different textures. With this setup, you only have the detail that you have to worry about. So that's the only texture that's going to be different between the mountains. And and I think it turns out pretty good. We can probably just to get a little bit more detail out of the detail, I guess you can. Let's see, where were we? After it crashed, it just. So we want to go to our material editor and select one of these guys. And of course, if you can find like a better texture for the rock, uh, please go ahead and use that. I mean, this is only 1K, which is still good, but maybe you want to bump it up to something else. So I guess we can just do this at 4, and let's do the detail to be 0.25 and 0.25. Alright, so that one looks pretty good also. So I think it might look a little better. It might have a little bit more detail than, also a little bit more detail than the exported, the one generated through, um, what do you call it, through Substance Painter. Because now, and I think 5.3 has this fixed, you can add some displacement to this. Of course, it might not be too big, because right now I think if I try to go to change the display, the graphics to very high, I think this is going to crash. So let's have a look. Yeah, so this is what 5.2.3 was doing a lot, a bunch of freeze ups, and apparently some the 5.3 fixed quite a bunch of those. And but I haven't actually. This is just a level that I use for testing, so I don't have. I need to upgrade this to 5.3, so I might do that sometime today. So yeah, as you can see, it just probably is just freezing up. Sometimes waiting for the program to respond. Oh, there you go. Um, it actually did do it, but I don't have in my material settings here. I don't have the parallax occlusion mapping turned on. So when I do that and combine with the blend layer, you see I think it might crash. So let's take a look. Yes, yeah, I turned that on and it's just froze. Yeah, so this is 5.3 and it has that bug apparently, or at least to me it's a bug. So yeah, I gotta close that up, and I can't benefit from it. One thing that I'm not sure is if I'd be able to update it to 5.3. Um, I don't know if I need to recompile it. I don't have any code in it per se, but yeah, I'll have to do this outside of the stream, so not to waste everybody's time. But I think at the end of this stream, and or you can call it multiple streams. We do have a mountain, and like I said, it's very very low impact because of it only used one texture that's um, you know, that pertains to it specifically, that detail. So I think in the end it turned out pretty decent. I'm okay with it. You know, I like it. You know, so um, yeah, exactly. It's just a little bit of a hassle, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I might just start a new project and then do it that way for the. We'll see. I'll give it a try to update it, but yeah. Okie dokie. So that is it for today, guys. I'm hoping you liked the stream and you know you found it useful. Um, we'll see. Hopefully next week I'll figure something out. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to drop them by, and I'll have a look. But like I said, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you next Sunday. All right, everyone. You guys take care and have a good one. Bye.